The UAE industrial sector is a primary hub for regional infrastructure spending. From Abu Dhabi to Dubai, the project pipeline is expansive and consistently funded. International manufacturers targeting this region focus on massive capital allocations in oil and gas, nuclear power construction, and high-capacity marine logistics. But accessing those budgets require foreign companies to navigate the traditional corporate setup phase, a mandatory prerequisite to conducting local business. This chart shows the upfront capital expenditure of traditional setup. Before signing a contract, foreign entrants secure office leases, pay for local licenses, and hire staff. The financial burden compounds. Months pass awaiting bureaucratic approvals, pushing the timeline outward alongside rising costs. By the time a foreign manufacturer is finally authorized to bid on a project, they have already committed massive resources into a rigid operational footprint, taking on financial risk before winning a single contract. The strategic challenge is figuring out how an international firm can bypass that costly setup phase entirely and plug straight into those high-value client networks. The solution relies on a localized partnership model known as representation services. Instead of laying concrete, an international company establishes a local foothold without building physical infrastructure. By operating directly under the umbrella of an established local partner, a foreign firm bypasses the standard requirements for commercial leasing and corporate licensing. With the administrative setup hurdles removed, the focus shifts immediately to the most critical phase of market entry: vendor registration and prequalification. This flowchart illustrates the local partner's infrastructure. They move the product past standard gateways, plugging the firm directly into central procurement networks like ADNOC and ENEC. Securing this status locks the vendor into the system, opening the pathway to bidding. While the registration processes in the background, the local partner deploys their on-the-ground business development teams. They initiate face-to-face meetings with regional decision-makers to generate active project leads. This maneuver allows an international supplier to secure the same bidding privileges as a domestic firm by leveraging their partner's existing local status. Once the administrative channels are clear, the operation pivots from setup to the active phase of securing and fulfilling government tenders. The local partner identifies specific, relevant local bids. They act as the central coordinator, aligning the foreign company's technical proposals with the precise expectations of the local buyer. Government bids in the UAE demand an immense volume of localized documentation and strict compliance paperwork. The local representative handles this entire submission process locally. This segmented cycle details fulfilling a contract once won. The partner coordinates site logistics, manages materials, and handles manpower. They also secure local compliance standards, like civil defense approvals, mandatory to maintain legal operations within the UAE. By dividing labor, the foreign manufacturer dedicates resources to engineering the product, while the partner manages operational requirements of the local market. Zooming out from individual projects reveals the strategic implications of this model for long-term expansion. This representation model functions as a comprehensive market entry strategy, integrating local business development with technical compliance management. Companies use this to test the market. Instead of relying on theoretical research to justify a major expansion, they prove their viability by generating actual leads and winning real bids. This matrix compares approaches. Traditional setups demand heavy upfront costs and significant risk. A localized partner shifts the firm to high reward with controlled exposure. With steady revenue, they retain the option to scale up and eventually incorporate physical facilities. This protocol provides a route past standard barriers. Global manufacturers gain direct access to UAE project pipelines while maintaining a strictly controlled financial footprint.